Fortnite Save the World, a tower defense game typically about defending an objective from hordes of zombies. Released in 2017, the game grew a pretty die-hard and cult following, and now, over 8 years after its launch, It's no shocking surprise to anyone that Save the World was adapted into the early versions of Fortnite Chapter 1. I mean, even a lot of your favourite skins from back in the day were most likely heroes in Save the World. But despite the absolute monstrosity that Battle Royale has become in the modern day, I think it's fair that Save the World gets its chance 8.5 years later. Now, bear this in mind. All of this is coming from someone who avidly plays Save the World on almost a daily basis. This video is here to discuss what the game actually is and why it deserves more of a chance in the modern day. Plus, why it was a mistake for Epic to cancel development on the game for over 5 whole years. So, what actually is Save the World? Now, I've already gone over the basic idea of the game. The main mission type will be predominantly you defending some kind of objective. These missions are either fight the storm, retrieve the data, or ride the lightning. All 3 of these missions do vary slightly, but generally follow the same premise. You can do nothing but fight hordes in an eliminate and collect, or do absolutely nothing but steal from the world in a resupply. If you're feeling generous for whatever reason, you can rescue the survivors, plus, if you're that generous, you can repair the shelters the ungrateful little shits live in. Defend the shelter is exactly what it sounds like, same as build the radar grid and destroy the encampments. There is also Hunt the Titan, which isn't even in the game right now, but it's just you going on a massive mission to go take out a giant smasher. And the last main mission type is Deliver the Bomb. No one likes Deliver the Bomb. Fuck that mission. For completing different missions and quests, you will get an assortment of different XP types and evolutionary materials. These materials can be used to upgrade yourself, your schematics, and survivors. Yeah, nothing good is handed to you in this game. Go get everything yourself, you lazy dipshit. And speaking of things to upgrade, your heroes. Your hero is basically just the character that you play as. They grant you your health, abilities, and all sorts of other things. Each hero is different from every other. There is 4 main classes that focus on different aspects of gameplay. Soldiers are focused on combat, constructors build stronger efficient bases, ninjas have increased movement, that's ironic, and outlanders are the best at gathering resources. There's always like side abilities and shit as well, but at that point it just starts to get a little bit confusing. Basically, every single one is different in one way compared to another. And yeah, I get it may sound complicated, but being honest, learning it is incredibly easy. Once you get the idea, it's so easy to run with. Just look at what it's got, what do you need to do, and there you go. You could just kind of pick and choose and mix and match. But if the game is so fun to learn and play, why did the game stop all main development from October 2018 all the way until late 2024?
Hello Fortnite community, Billy here from the Save the World team with a special announcement. After careful consideration, we've decided to delay the full free-to-play launch of Save the World out of 2018. Since the initial release of the game, we've added several new features and quality of life improvements. We want to make sure that all of our players, both old and new, have a great experience. From everyone here at Epic, thank you very much, and we'll see you in game.
It's sad to say, but Save the World has never been a big enough success for Epic. When the game launched on July 25th, 2017, after 6 years of development, it surpassed over 1 million players in 3.5 weeks. But after that span, nothing happened. Like, nothing at all. Between 2011 and 2017, Epic Games has spent an estimated $90 million on the game, which, coming off the back of their last success, Gears of War 3, with an estimated budget of around $50 million and a 3-year development cycle, selling 3 million copies in its first week. So let's be honest here, numbers-wise, Save the World really flopped. No wonder why Epic hasn't put any development into it since, right? All that money spent and for what? Plus with the rise of the Battle Royale genre at the time, Epic spent 2 months creating the first version of Chapter 1 for Save the World players to test, and the rest is history. The more you think about it, Save the World has never really had a strong chance to succeed. It did well right when it came out, and never really since. The game already was such a far stretch from the original site that Epic had for it, supposing to be a survival horror game. It feels like by the time it had already come out, Epic had already had its time with it and already wanted to move on. And it sucks because now everyone's hungry for more content, and whatever content was planned was either scrapped or just pushed back majorly in development. To be honest, who knows if we're ever going to see any of it. So, why should Epic give the game another chance? I mean, the game's last major peak was at 76,000 players over 2 years ago. For the longest time, the game has consistently held around 10 to 30,000 players at a time. It's not the biggest player base in the world, but the player base that's there is incredibly dedicated and always very, very vocal about the quality. I mean, the game is as popular as Fortnite Festival, and that still gets at least one new song every single week. Save the World has never been given a fair chance by Epic. It was a financial flop for Epic, and the free-to-play nature of Battle Royale makes it so much more enticing for the new and returning player. But truth be told, Save the World isn't really a game you can get in some UEFN map. There is an absolute ton to explore and do there, and I didn't even mention the Venture mode, which is a whole separate game in itself. And even after 8.5 years of this game being out, and over 15 years since it started development, Save the World still has that charm that Fortnite has always had. So again, I plead that everyone at least gives this game another chance. You may not like it just because of the genre that it is, and if you do, that's fine, at least you gave it another good go. It's truly a blast, from the first tutorial all the way up to fighting the Mythic Storm King. If you want to know any more about the game, I will leave a thread in the description to Joel Joelli's Save the World guide. And if you're still not convinced, at least watch like Cypher's playthrough or something, okay? I don't know.